Ugh. Am I streaming? I sure hope so. I think it's working. Let's see here. What's happening with this? I want to show the full message. Okay, okay. All right. Oh, the sun's gonna kind of hit me. Oh well, it's kind of pretty. It makes my locks look pretty. It looks like they have like a spotlight. Hey. I don't know what's going on with this lopsided little ponytail thing, but you know. Oh well. Good morning. How are you? I had a slow start this morning. Oh, this is Dunk. This is our my mom got me this duck for Easter years ago, and I just always placed it around the house, and it was on the couch. And on the first live stream that Colton did on Twitch, little duck was in the background, so we made him, hey, yeah. We made him like a little co-host. So in my husband's streams, he usually like sits in the back, and there's like a point redemption to feature Dunk. So he usually sits up here, but I'm gonna put him out of frame. Sorry to do it to you, Dunk, but we're gonna put him right there. Good morning, good morning. How are you? Do you have your morning beverages? I have coffee in a mug that says Cozy Queen, and then I have my water. So we're good to go. This lid though is unreliable, so I might have to go get a straw. Let's test it out. I really squeezed it on. Alright, yeah. Sweet, good, yes. Stay hydrated, especially if you live where the heat wave is. It's supposed to be 100 and something today. Now I kind of want to look it up. Oh, just 102. I think tomorrow is 103. And then Sunday, thank goodness, it's a cloudy day. So thankful for it to just be cloudy. Oh my gosh, hello, how are you? Thank you for coming to the sprints. How are you doing? A bit dreary here, actually. Yeah, isn't it gross? It's so hot. I have 2 fans blowing into this room right now, because it's already warm. I think we're at 75 right now, which like normally that's like fine, chilling, but we'd never get this sort of heat. So this is a lot. Reading wise, I haven't really decided what I'm in the mood for. I have The Disordered Cosmos, and I'm not far into it. I'm on page 70 of Disordered Cosmos. Hello! Welcome! Good morning and afternoon. Or I might read Peculiar Peril, of which I'm on page 43. So I don't know. I'm kind of feeling in the mood for some science. But isn't the cover beautiful? It's a really good book too. I'm learning so much. And I like how the author explains things, so it's a little, not like easy to understand. A lot is definitely flying over my head. I didn't go to school to learn any of this. But yeah, loving it. Good, waking up with coffee. Same. But I think I'm gonna read 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. Ooh, nice. Love that TBR. It's also love that cover. That's also on my TBR. Yeah. Josh at Josh's Bookish Voyage. He was doing a giveaway, and so I won it in a giveaway. And it's been taking me a while to read, but mostly because I was super in the mood for it, and then I just strongly wasn't. But I love how the author is explaining things, and like There was one thing that I learned, since you want to read it, I don't want to say it. There's one thing that I learned, blew my mind, had to put it down for like a couple days. Because I was like, gosh, like, not surprised, but like, you know, because racism and things like that. Like, oh, of course that would be racist. Of course, of course, of course. Of course that would happen to just try to lock black people out of science. Why am I surprised? But still surprised, you know? Like, oh my gosh. Amazing. Also, her grandmother, the author, her grandmother wrote a book as well. I think it's poetry. I do not recall. But now I want her grandmother's book too, so I can put them on like the same shelf, because that's just too cute. It's very good. Only on page 70 something. 71, 70. Very good though. Tried a new style with my locks and it's looking very droopy. Oh, also I hung up a new painting that I drew. Or painted. I kind of like it. It kind of looks like melted jelly beans to me. So I don't know how long it's gonna stay there. It's up with like a push pin, so I don't know how long I'm gonna keep that there, but I wanted something else in the back. Ideally, I want this entire wall to be filled with all of the different art pieces that we have, but a lot of the pieces we have need frames. I don't know if you've seen the price tag on some frames. I'm not worried about it, but like, you know, I'll wait. Oh, forgot to zoom this in. Right? It wasn't what was intended, but it happened. And yeah, I was very emotional when I painted it. You didn't need to know that, but I'm telling you anyway. I was having a really hard day, so I sat down and painted, and I painted melty jelly beans. But yeah, if you guys are, or if y'all, I'm trying to stop saying you guys and it just keeps coming out. I apologize. I'm trying to work on that bit of my vocabulary. But if y'all are ready to start the sprint, we can start the first 30 minutes. I don't know how long I'm gonna go today. I was very tired this morning. So yeah, I'm not sure. But if I get really into this, then it could be a while. What type of paint did I use? I used these. I will show you. I think they're just acrylic. I just got them on, or I just went to Walmart. Yeah, they're acrylics. I just went to Walmart and got one of these, like, quick little sets. Because I was like, gosh, painting sounds fun. Haven't done that in a while. I also painted the one above. You can't tell, but they're kind of trees. Oh, there we go. Trees. Sort of abstract trees. Let's see if I can get this back now. I think I did it. Yeah, so just these. Oh, and these are all the neon colors. So like the base of it is this like neon. Wow, okay. The sun's not gonna like this, but it's this neon pink. And you still can't see it. I'm not a beauty guru. I don't know how to show you the, oh, there we go. That's the background of the painting. Please go back in. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know what I was doing. I was just having some fun with the different brushes because I hadn't had different brushes in like years. So I was just kind of going at it. And then the other painting, I got at Hobby Lobby. What? Cool, my daughter wants to try painting. Yes! Yeah, I started out with acrylics. I have a couple painters. Actually, I have a lot of painters in my family. It's just going into that. I just started out with acrylics and honestly watching Bob Ross. Just for like inspiration. I think I followed one of his paintings like once when I was little. But then just kind of went at it and just learned and figured it out. I'm definitely not going to be doing any sort of like realism or anything like this one. I like doing the weird, what even is that type of thing. Then my husband and I will have like painting days, where we'll buy, like at Walmart you can get a like stack of canvases for not that much. I can't remember the price, but it's pretty good. Um, and then we'll just paint all day on the canvases, and it's so much fun. Yes, Pop Ross! So much fun! I got my happy little trees and my happy little jelly beans. But yeah, so the goal is to decorate this to look better, to have a shelf on the wall right here, um, to display more books and make this look a whole lot better. And maybe move the printer somewhere. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We got time. Alrighty. Y'all, are you ready for the first sprint? I got a brand new pack of highlighters and I'm really excited about it. Put them in here. Alright. So, we shall sprint and I will talk to you soon. Happy reading or writing, whatever it is y'all are doing. Okay. Oh, my chair is real low. That's what it is. Just a second. Just a second. Is it not really low? Oh. I was just slouching. But yes, everyone, the great Angelina is here. I'm also going to link their Instagram page so y'all can follow them. Their company is absolutely amazing. My website looks gorgeous due to them. So check them out, give them a follow. If you need a website, they hook it up. I'm telling you. And they're also very fun to work with. They're great people. Also, yay, Colton was here. Hello, Sarah, welcome. Karen and Ace, are these bot accounts? Like, I don't mean to be rude, just in case you're not a bot account. But I feel like I've seen these two accounts in different streams, and it's usually not a full sentence. It's usually just like the last ones I've seen, they've said college books. So I don't know if y'all are real or not. But my favorite genre of horror, I guess horror. I really like horror written by Black and Indigenous authors. That's really kind of all that I've read. Yeah, I've seen these two accounts in different live streams, and I've never seen it typed out as like a full sentence, so it could be like a language barrier thing, so I'm not trying to come off as rude, but I've been in like different live streams or different reading sprints, and both of these accounts will pop in and just say like romance novels or horror book. So I don't know. And I do like science fiction. Sarah's reading Daughter from the Dark. How is that? That sounds very good. A very ominous title. I got to page 78 in The Disordered Cosmos. Very good. Learning about inflation and the cosmic book mail, hey. The cosmic microwave background radiation. That's very, very fascinating. I very much enjoyed that. Please share what book mail. I'm very interested. I know you were saying that you went grocery shopping and then bought a book. That's the best type of grocery shopping. It's amazing. Oh, I've been wanting to read that. I keep seeing it on Goodreads or people's reviews of it. Hello, Austin. Started listening to a Bachelorette podcast. Nice. Like the show Bachelorette, or like a matchmaking type of podcast. I'm gonna move this a little closer. Is that better? That's not better. Is that better? That feels better. I don't feel as short. I am, but I don't want to feel as short. My hairstyle's going downhill, guys. Or be scared of Yanni. Okay, yes. I'm gonna do my birthday shopping. That is on my list of my like a birthday book I really want to get. I'm excited. I'm gonna write it down so I don't remember. Okie dokie. Yes, the show is done by Safari. Oh, what? Oh, that's so cool. Yo, that's dope. So is it like a recap of whatever episode? Or the show in general? Either way, that's super dope. Oh, I love that. I'm just gonna try to investigate why YouTube is always saying that my stream quality is bad. Is my stream quality bad? Can't figure it out. I also hope that I did not sound rude in regards to asking if those accounts were bot accounts. I'm just curious as to how I keep seeing them. You know what I mean? Oh, it is? Oh, sweet. Yeah, every stream, like, my OBS side says that, like, everything's going good. Like, I haven't dropped a frame. This little green square that Colton told me to look out for is always green. But then YouTube, there's, like, a warning. There's, like, a yellow triangle that says, warning, the stream sucks. So I don't know if that's just YouTube not agreeing with, like, OBS as a software. It doesn't like it. But as long as I'm coming through clear and my sound is good, I'm good. I just think it's funny that it's always, like, the entire stream, too. It's not just, like, every once in a while. It's, like, the minute I hit start streaming, it's immediately, like, warning, this is bad. That kind of cracks me up. But, oh my gosh, yay. I think I'm going to stick with reading. Really good. I'm really, really enjoying this. I mean, it definitely takes me a little bit to understand, but I love reading about, like, astrophysics or particle physics, anything like that, just because, I don't know. I tend to read it a lot when I'm, like, stressed or something. It kind of helps, like, ground me, I guess, or kind of look at, like, the bigger picture, and I just enjoy it so much. So I enjoy learning it even if I don't fully understand the equations I'm looking at. That doesn't really bother me as long as the author can kind of, like, explain some details in a way that's not assuming that I'm highly educated. I mean, I'm educated, I think. I just don't have a degree. But yeah, I'm really, really liking this. I'm gonna stick with it. I don't think I'm gonna switch to Peculiar Peril yet. But yeah. Yes, they do recaps and update on news for the 3 shows. It's a fun time. The podcast is The Bachelorettes. Oh, that's awesome. The Bachelorettes. Oh, like Black Bachelorettes? That's hilarious. Oh, that's so awesome. I've never watched The Bachelorette or The Bachelor. But sometimes I do enjoy the tea. Like when it kind of starts cycling around and you're like, oh! And your posts. Like on your stories. I'll read through those and be like, ooh. But I've never watched. Hello! How are you? Oh! I hope work is going well. Thank you for stopping in and saying hello. I've been having fun with the sprints in the week. I think I said this past streams, but every Sunday I'll probably post a schedule. I don't think I'll have set days. It'll just kind of work with when my schedule is open to have the sprints. But, you know, every once in a while, I think it's really fun. At least 2 a week, I think, is what I'll do. And then if more work out, score. And if not, then I will. I also have to mail Erica from the Broken Spine her book for our traveling annotation project, because I just kept forgetting this week to mail it to her, but I need to mail it. And then, then we need to plan our live show to talk about the 2 books, and I'm very excited for that. Did you get a hazelnut coffee? And almost finished with chapter 2? Yay! S is a project to read. I watched part of the Twitch live stream you did. Oh, yay! Thank you! It was so much fun. I love that game Pikmin so much. It had been a while since I played it, so it was weird getting used to the controls. But I want to play it more. It was so much fun. I love that game. Blackout yesterday. Don Piel. Clayton. Jackson. Oh, yes! Was it good? I remember seeing it at, I think I saw it at Barnes & Noble last time I was there. It seemed good. I've not read any of those authors, sadly, I know. But that did look really good. I think Colt and I are going to do another collab stream, not this week, but again sometime soon. Just 'cause it's fun. Does anyone watch, or had anyone watch, The Real Housewives of New York? This would have been years ago, but there's one episode where the housewives go on some vacation, and the one gal named Ramona gets like super drunk, and there's like this bar nearby called Turtle Time, and like most of the gals are ready to go home, and Ramona really wants to turn up at Turtle Time. And there's this part where she yells at Bethany. She yells, "Bethany, can you do Turtle Time for just like 15 minutes?" And then she's like on like the sidewalk or the dock. I think it was like a boat bar thing. But she's like holding her drink and she's going like, "Turtle Time." It's super funny. And my sister and I were really little, but we thought that was like the funniest part. So my sister's username on Twitch is Turtle Time. And you can add sound alerts when people enter the chat on Twitch. And so Colton added that clip of Ramona saying, "Bethany, can you do Turtle Time for like 15 minutes?" So every time my sister enters the chat, that's what comes on, and it makes me so happy. Only watched the Potomac one of Housewives. Isn't it funny? This is my favorite. My mom always says, "I can't believe that like that's what stood out to you girls." Ramona being so drunk and just repeatedly saying turtle time. And August, my sister spells it with 2 R's also on Twitch, so you get the Turtle Time. That's such a good Twitch name. That was so good. A coconut latte with oat milk. Ooh, like coconut flavoring? Mm-hmm. That sounds good. I want to finally make my own oat milk, so I can cook with it and put it in my coffee. Bree was talking about that on one stream, and then she messaged me the recipe, and I haven't made it. Sorry, Bree, if you're watching this. Blackout was cute. It's a romance. Oh! But I like the way it was set up with alternate storylines, all centered around the same event in New York. Oh, I like that. I like when it's like the same event, but all the different perspectives around it. That's super cool. Yeah, I tried reading a romance just recently. I read Black Witch Magic. Not for me. There was a little bit of like a mystery murder, and I was way more interested in that. And I just don't think romance is for me, sadly. Someone recommended that I do a comedy romance, so I'll maybe give that a go. This was sort of humorous, but I don't think it was like labeled as a, I think it would have been a paranormal one. But yeah, I just think, it just wasn't into it. I'm listening to, I want to read that. I'm enjoying it. Ooh. Hey, I'm late to the party too. I haven't read it, been wanting to read it. That sounds so good. Same. I need a little something to be happening. This definitely had it. I don't know what's going on with my hair. I really love cozy mysteries. I read Death by Dumpling. That by far has been my favorite, and I really want to read the entire series. There's got to be like so many books now. I don't know how many, but there's got to be so many. I'm going to Google it because now I'm really curious because I'm thinking about the characters. A noodle shop mystery, that's what it is. But I like a good cozy mystery. I like that. Oops. That's not what I clicked on at all. So there's 7 of the Noodle Shop mystery, and then the author has other ones that look like they're written by multiple authors. That's interesting. Called The Cozy Case Files, a cozy mystery sampler, and they're in volume 7, 8, and 11. Interesting. But yeah, I really want to finish the Noodle Shop mystery. I just loved it. It was real good, and I like this author. Ooh. What does that mean? Does that mean like everyone's like trapped in an elevator, or like the mystery is in the office and we gotta figure out the office? Because probably, but I cannot think of it specifically. But if you have any recommendations, I will take them. Yes. Cozy mysteries are so good. I also love reading them like before bed because I don't get too spooked out, and it's like easy to read, and generally sort of a fast read for me. So if I'm just wanting to like wind down, I can cozy on up with a cozy mystery and have a good time. Ooh, I also liked Deadly Inside Scoop. But in the beginning, I did not like the main character because the main character was also in marketing, and she couldn't figure out how to market her family's business, and I was like, how? And then she blamed the weather for her marketing not working, and I was like, what is this? Ooh. Oh! Oh, I gotta jump on this. Oh my gosh. Oh, furiously typing. Ah! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this. Want to read. Heck yeah. Thank you so much for the recommendation. I cannot wait. I see you rated it 5 stars. Oh yeah, I'm excited to read this. I feel like I can't think of a closed room mystery that I've read, but I feel as though I have. Murder on the Orient Express count? It's on a train and there's a murder. Is that the only one I've read? That's gotta not be true, right? Geez, maybe it is. Well, if so, I'll be adding that to the list for sure and reading. I found a book on Kindle that I'm not sure if I'm going to actually enjoy, but I downloaded it because of the title. The title is, I don't want to butcher it, so I'm going to look it up, but it's hilarious. Just a second. We're loading. Okay. Okay. It's called, Oh Great, I Was Reincarnated as a Farmer. I just want to let me show the cover. Why won't it show? Oh, cover. Here it is. Oh my gosh. Oh, I got shea butter all over my book. Okay. Joanna Fluke is pretty good. She does all those dessert things. Oh, okay. I think I've heard her name before. Probably in searching for Cozy Mysteries. Title and cover vibes. Right. Right. Yeah, so it's this, I guess in this world where like you die and then you reincarnate, but something happened. There was like an accident in the lab and they accidentally reincarnated him as a farmer. But so he has to live out as a farmer, but it's like a video game because it said that he has to keep leveling up to be considered to reincarnate again. But there's not many chances to level up as a farmer, I guess. So it's him doing that. But then there was like a warning when you open the book and start reading, it says this novel, and maybe I was tired and maybe this will make sense now, but y'all are here so maybe you can help me. It says, warning, this novel is a framed story, which means that the first scene is written from the future, far in the future. This series will not catch up. If you think that's too much of a spoiler for you, then jump forward to the first ornamental break and read from there. And I don't understand what that means. Because that sounds like there's another book, but I couldn't find another book. And I don't know where an ornamental break is in a book. Do I sound dumb? I just don't. And I'm also looking at like the table of contents and can't find anything that says like, oh, a break, right? And I also don't know how that would be a spoiler. Unless he's saying read from the last chapter to the first, in which case why wouldn't you have just oriented the book that way? Okay, cool. So it's not just me. That doesn't make sense. That makes me feel good. I downloaded it last night at midnight and was like, I'll reread this in the morning because I don't know what this means. I don't even know what an ornamental break is. So that's why I was like, I don't know if I'm going to like this. Because if he's coming through the gates swinging with that type of warning, like, what? But hey, we'll give it a go. I hope it works out. Because I have no idea. No idea. No. There is not. Let me look at the table of contents one more time. Maybe a fancy break page? Maybe. Yeah, no, there's only... So, it goes from chapter 1 to chapter 51, and the table of contents says, like, nothing. It's just the... Just that. And then there's also Arnold's final stats, and that's the main character. Mailing list, Twitter and Facebook, author, and... Oh, weird. It says author Aaron Hodges, and then also by Benjamin Keary. And Benjamin Keary is the one who wrote the book. So I don't know. I don't know, but we're gonna give it a go because I'm super confused and I just really love the title. And if I can't stick, oh wait, oh no, there's a graphic of him leveling up. Okay, so there's tons of graphics of his stats and leveling up, but that's like it. Yeah, I'm just like, what is this? So I'm gonna give it a go. Hopefully it makes sense. I'm sure I'll talk about it in a video. But I'm glad it wasn't just me who didn't understand that warning. Because I was like, I can't tell y'all how many times I read that. Yeah, and I love Choose Your Own Adventure ones. But this one, I don't know. I don't know about this one. Oh gosh. Alright, y'all. Are you ready for another sprint? Because I am. Look, I put shea butter on and I got it on my book. Can you see that? I mean, it's gonna happen, but why? Oh no! No, I don't have Netflix anymore. So now I really can't. Black Mirror freaks me out. Like, it legit makes my stomach hurt. So I've only watched a couple episodes because I just haven't been able to stomach it. But was it good? Because that intrigued me. Because I loved those choose your own adventure books. Excuse me. Ooh, okay. So we're gonna have to borrow someone's Netflix, and then watch it. That's what's gonna have to happen. Yes, it was good. Oh, yeah, that's the play. We'll borrow like my mom's Netflix account and watch it. That's so cool. Oh, I'm so excited. Yeah, because we were planning on reading it, and then I was like, my stomach hurts, and then we just didn't watch it. So I'll have to give it a go. But let's jump into this next sprint. I can just sit here and be chatty the whole time. But let's read. I think so. Something like that. I'm excited. I wonder if my mom's watched it. She loves Black Mirror. Alright. Sprinting time. Hello and welcome back. Whew. Oh wow, this book is so good. I just read a couple parts of women discovering things in science and men being like, you're wrong, women have no brains, and then swiftly publishing their findings and then winning the Nobel Prize. Can the Nobel committee revoke awards? Like, the amount of white average men that have these awards due to other people's work is ridiculous. And the fact that we know that now, can they be like, oh, who cares if he's dead? Be like, oh, you're actually not a Nobel Prize winner. We're going to honorably award it to the person whose work it is. The amount of times it has happened in our history. What? Jocelyn Bell Burnell should have had the Nobel Prize, but instead Anthony Hewish, her PhD advisor, published her work and won the Nobel, and she wasn't. What else in here? Vera Rubin is one. We're now talking about astronomy in Hawaii, and how there are key areas or particular locations to look at the stars, and European men were like, cool, we'll just take over this. It's so frustrating. But then, I just, the next chapter is called The Physics of Melanin, and I'm really, really looking forward to that. But, yeah. I mean, you can see, my highlights, I was really going to town. Yes, revoke. The fact that it's not just oh, one guy did it and, oh, shame on him, he shouldn't have done that. The fact that it's so many of these quote-unquote Nobel Prize winners who stole their work from women, black and indigenous people, and other people who just weren't white. And the Nobel, I've yet to hear anything. I mean, not that I, furiously keep up with that, but I've yet to hear anything of them being oh, you know what? Yeah, let's give it to the titles of the actual people. Because that's just ridiculous. Ridiculous. It's just so frustrating. But how was your reading? I'm on page 89. 89, man. I also, earlier in the book, learned about how racist quantum chromodynamics is. That's a trip. That is a trip. And there was also a part where she mentioned, where is that? Oh, how a lot of European thinkers got their ideas from African and Middle Eastern thinkers. Lots of mathematical ideas from India. No credit. No credit. You're going to be so upset. Because she swiftly brings up this topic, right? I'm just sitting here learning about quarks. Wow, that's interesting. I don't know a lot about quarks. Oh, now we're learning about stars. Okay, now we're learning about stars. And then it's in the same paragraph that you're okay, I'm understanding this now. She's this is the person who discovered it, and we're very thankful to have them. But this is the person who technically has all the credit and is in all the textbooks. In the next chapter, I will be discussing, and you're whoa, whoa, whoa. It reminds me of that part of Kevin Hart's stand-up, and I think a bit of it is cycling around in videos and TikTok where it's whoa, wait a minute, we're not gonna just breeze right past that, you didn't just say what you just said. That's how I feel sometimes reading these paragraphs because I'm so into it. And I'm like, yes, stars. Wow, they're incredible. Wow, the afterlife of a star. Wow, this is so cool. And then it's like, boom, bam, bam, here's some history. And then you're like, well, now I'm pissed. I know about stars, and I'm pissed. Grew up in the Middle East. It was so odd. Started school in Europe. I thought my teachers were telling it lies. Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Moments like that, I'm glad that I was homeschooled because I had just so many questions, and my mom was able to find like good curriculum or other books that could help like answer my questions, and I would get very upset taking other classes, or like, yeah, like my science classes in public school were a trip and racist because I literally got told, no, you don't have the capability to understand, so we're not going to put you in higher level science. Which is rude. And other racist things, you know. But yeah, good gosh. That's so. What an interesting experience, Sarah. That would be wild to then go to school in Europe and be like, what are you guys talking about? What is this? Very rude and very, right? Very rude and very mean. Like, of course I don't understand it now. I haven't taken the class. Let me take the class and I will understand. That's how classes work. That's how learning works. Like, But, yeah, just the, oh gosh. It's just wild. It's just wild. Or, like, I love when you're having, like, a conversation about how history is severely whitewashed, and then there's always that white person that says, well, y'all invented peanut butter. I'm just exhausted thinking of all the past times that has happened. Yo, right? Can't be trusted maps. Yeah. It's very eye-opening, and then it's very, like, anger-inducing. And then I'm just like, yeah, I'll be homeschooling my kids. When I get to that point, whatever I gotta do, they will be homeschooled. Unless I can find a good school. But, yikes. 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 Oh my gosh. But I'm glad that y'all are hyped to read this book. It is very good. And I'm just pissed. But I'm also very excited because now I have the names of a lot of scientists who were not given the credit that they deserve, and now research that I want to do on them. So that makes me really excited. But, like, good gracious. Like, there's a thing about how, like, in quantum chromodynamics, the fact that, is it quarks? They're, like, colored quarks, and that was literally just white dudes being like, ha ha ha, black people, am I right? And, yeah, and just the way they labeled what was good and what was bad. Whatever is bad is called, like, black or colored or dark, and whatever good is like, oh, white, vibrant, and you know, and I don't know what I'm talking about either, but just like, wow, I'm doing my best to understand, and I'm getting pissed. Yeah, oh wow is correct. Oh wow is correct. It's very good. Like, I'm so excited to read more of this, and I'm just gonna continue to get even more upset. What I'm here for, I'm highlighting through it. I originally wasn't going to highlight because I was like, nah, I'll be good. And then I was like, I wouldn't know racism doesn't. Oh gosh, you're so lucky. Oh, I wish I could escape to Europe where racism doesn't exist. Oh my god, I love that. That's so funny. But the amount of people in the US who I've said, like, oh yeah, this racist thing happened, have been like, oh, racism doesn't exist. That doesn't happen. And I'd be like, that happened to me last week. Where are you? Like, I've had grown adults who lived through the desegregation of schools tell me everything's super chill. Nothing happens here. That's terrifying. Like, legit scary. Just anybody who is like, oh, racism doesn't happen. Have you looked at the world for just like a second? My gosh. I can't believe that people in Europe are legit out here saying that, nah, it's a USA problem. No! My gosh. Isn't it? Like, the amount of times I've just had that said to me, just like in person, someone being like, oh, you must be making that up. That doesn't happen. Or, oh, you don't need to lie. Just say you were having a bad day. Or the best, oh, well, maybe if you smiled, they wouldn't have to feel like that. I'm sorry. I've never seen someone not smiling and thought, better yell a racial slur at them. It's never been part of my daily plan. It's never been a thought of mine to be like, oh, they're here grocery shopping and not smiling, better follow them around. We're here, people don't say it to your face, and reviews on TV. Yeah, the covert. It's explaining to people the covert stuff, like not getting it. That is so hard sometimes, and having those conversations, and then when they combat it and then say, oh, lighten up, it's a joke. No, that was racist. Doesn't matter if you're like saying a slur or like an entire sentence. It's racist. Your actions are racist. Reevaluate. I'm also at a point of being so tired of explaining things and experiencing so many things that, like, now I'm at a point where I don't want to explain to anybody. One, I'm not a scholar, right? Okay? In the moment, I get very heated and flabbergasted, and my words don't come out as smooth as I want them to come out. So I'm at the point now where I'm so exhausted, all I want to say to people is just Google it, read a book, go to Barnes & Noble, they have a section now. You can read about other experiences, watch a documentary, there's some great ones out there of people that can talk better than I can, because I've just mentally exhausted from it all. Mentally exhausted. I mean, almost 25 years. We have self-scan cashiers here, and my brother never left the store without getting checked out manually to make sure he didn't steal anything. Oh, of course. Why would that be racist? They're just trying to protect the store, Sarah. Oh my gosh. Ugh. That happens here, or that happened in the old part of town that we lived in that's very racist. At the self scan place, that someone would always like wander by and stand right next to me and look at everything that we were putting in the bags. Um, or we would get followed around a lot. Um, yeah, I also worked at one of these grocery stores, and this old white lady came in and asked me where something was. I can't remember what it was, but I show it to her and it was on the bottom row, and I'm like, oh, there it is, let me know if you need anything else. And I go to walk away and she goes, excuse me, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry, is there something else? And she just points to it, and I'm like, yes, that is it. Is that what you were looking for? And she was like, so grab it. And I was like, no, she did not. And she was like, I need that, and I need this over here. And I looked at her and I was like, oh, ma'am, I'm not the help. And then I walked away, and then she complained to my manager that I wasn't helping her. And I was like, you can get a basket and carry your own shit. That was a young black man who stressed himself. Man, for real. For real. Wearing the masks, not gonna lie, in the beginning of the pierogi made me really, really nervous, because, like, part of my I hope I'm okay in stores is when I walk in, I immediately say hello to the first person and like try to strike up an overly bubbly conversation, and sometimes even ask where something is, even if I know where it is. And usually that will prevent me from getting followed. Like, and I'm black, but I'm also lighter. But so not having the mask and people not being able to tell when I'm smiling in the area of town that we lived in, I was very nervous for a really long time. And then we just mainly stayed at the store of people who like recognized us now and then were nice to us and recognized us. But yes, I walk in. Oh my gosh, hello! Walking in, asking where something is that I know where it is. Hey, I'm looking for vanilla buttercream frosting. What aisle is that on? Oh, aisle 8? Okay, thank you so much. Have a great day. And then hope I don't get followed. It usually works. But luckily I don't live in that part of town. And the grocery store I go to, one of my friends works at. And I haven't been followed. And there's some black people working, which is super great. But having to do that overly bubbliness. Yes. Gotta code switch it up. Oh yes, definitely. My favorite is watching like Colton asking for help or doing something, working with something, and then me coming up and being like, oh, I found it, or oh, over here, and seeing that person's body language change, because either they'll be super pissed and like abruptly end the conversation with him, or they'll be nice, like a nice human who isn't racist, and that's nice. But oh yeah, I turn it up. But there are some towns nearby that I do not go to. I went once and I knew that I shouldn't have, but I was like, we have to stop, so that's fine. And the cashier at this place was like, oh my gosh, can I touch your hair? And had her hands reached out, and I said no, and she went, oh, really? And I was like, yeah, no, you can't touch my hair. And she was like, well, why? And I was like, it's my hair, it's my body, I don't want you touching my body. And she was like, ugh. And then like was pissed at me. Like, I'm sorry, I don't want your nasty hands on my body. Leave me alone. Oh, the going in stores. Oh, watching like Colton talk to someone and like the tone of that person switching. Yeah. It's been great for him because he's been able to experience a whole lot that he didn't his entire life being a white man, so now when like little subtle things happen, I'm like, you handle this one. I have my experience. I've been doing this my whole life. I will do it my whole life, and I will have to do it for our children. You handle this one little thing. Little things like in stores. Like, obviously, if it's like a big thing, I will handle the situation, but I kind of force them into situations. Put an older woman striking her hand on the bus. See, my color was fascinating? Oh, just a second. Sorry, I'm not so shook that I had to run out of the room. It sounded like something fell in the hallway. It sounded like glass, but nothing broke. So I guess there's a ghost in the house. I don't even know how to process that. Oh my gosh. People are so odd. Well, we've had random people look at us and go, so what color do you think your baby will be? Who thinks to randomly say that to a couple that you see in public? Like, what? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, bring in the future baby and do it all the time. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we get it a lot. I'll bring it up jokingly when I know that people are going to bring it up. So I'll be like, oh, what will they look like? But I mainly bring it up because, like, when I bring it up, because when I was born, I had red hair like my mom, and then now I don't. And my husband is a redhead. So, it'd be really interesting to see if the kid comes out with red hair. But I'm not pregnant. I'm not close to being pregnant. Like, that is years down the line. So who in a store, out in public, whatever, just thinks, oh, an interracial couple, better run on up and ask them what shade of brown they think their kid, like, 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 what? I would never think to ask someone that. Like, just out of the blue. Like, I'm more comfortable when I bring up the, like, redhead thing in front of people, and then, like, our friends or family can start talking about it. But that's, like, a closed, I know those people, and the conversation isn't, like, gross, you know? But yeah, we have some wild stories. Wild stories. But yeah, who thinks like that? Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Yeah, man. Yeah, Sarah, you're so lucky. You don't ever have to experience any of this because you're in Europe. That's just amazing. So happy for you. Thank God. The funny thing is, or it's not funny at all, but I just, like, I've been seeing a lot more posts about that, and then whatever big soccer game happened, the amount of people in Europe that were attacking the black players, and it was like, oh, but you guys just said. Interesting. Interesting. My gosh. People are ridiculous. That's why I'm saying I'm so exhausted, and I'm just like, either if it's a little, a little passive aggressive thing at a store, making Colton handle it, use your white privilege, handle that situation, or I'm telling people, read a book, watch a documentary, listen to a song, did I say read a book? Read a book, watch a movie, TV show, documentary, podcast, anything. There's so much media out there to consume, and we carry a little computer in our pockets at all time. Google's free. So Google it. Nah, no. What? No. Nah. Mm-mm. Uh-uh. Oh, really? Interesting. Seiji at the Artisan Geek is from the Netherlands as well, right? Excuse me. I lightly recall a video of her mentioning an experience at her job and like people being like, no, racism isn't here. Ugh. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Another book that will get you like mad, but it's so good.